FOG Andrew here from the Family of Gamers. Welcome, Wargamers, to an exciting, awesome episode. I'm very excited for this video today. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the two brand new Catan scenarios. We have Soccer Fever and we have Hawaii. So, Soccer Fever requires the base game of Catan, but Hawaii scenario requires the base game of Catan and the Seafarers expansion. So this is for Seafarers, this is for just base Catan. Now, what's interesting about these are like these new, as you can see, like they're folder sized, $20 scenarios for Catan. I'm very excited about this. We're going to unbox them and take a look at everything that comes inside, starting with Soccer Fever. So let's open this bad boy up. Let me grab the scissors. I don't want to ruin the artwork on the front here, so we're just going to kind of cut this open here. All right. So let's open it up. So we have, it looks like the components kind of assembly thing is a part of the actual folder itself. Ooh, we got a nice little plastic baggie, which is nice that they include that. All right, so we open this up. We have obviously the rules for Soccer Fever and everything in here. So pretty cool there, 4 pages, nothing too crazy. We have the score sheet for 4 players and 3 players. And then obviously we have the tokens. So we got the hex tokens or hex tiles for the soccer field. Got some score stuff. Now these, I believe, are the soccer balls and more scoring stuff and whatnot. So you can assemble the whole folder into like a soccer pitch, which I believe you don't need it, I don't think, to play this scenario, but it's still pretty cool. So here's the soccer pitch all put up. Again, this is made out of the folder that the game comes with, and then you have the little soccer balls that you put together. The soccer pitch is not sturdy at all, but I can appreciate what they were doing here. And you could do so. You could, I, yeah, it's not sturdy. There's just a slight movement in the table, and then the whole thing falls back. I mean, I guess you could put something behind it, but you got the soccer balls as well that when you roll them, they land either on the color of your player side or the black side there, and that determines, points and stuff like that on the board here. Now, I can appreciate it coming with a little plastic baggie to put all the tokens in, but the thing is that after you assemble the balls, I don't want to crush the balls and put them in the bag and then close the folder. So, like, I don't know how I'm going to store it, but that's just a minor nitpick, I guess. All right, now we're going to take a look at and open the Hawaii scenario. So let's crack this baby open. Again, this is similar to the, this is, it's like a folder kind of size and thing here. So we open this up, and ooh, look at all the bags. Look at all the bags. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, anyway. So it looks like we got some stuff here. Looks like some cool info about Hawaii, which is pretty cool. Gives you the contents, additional rules, and stuff like that. Here's the map, which we'll take a look at, and all of the tokens. So it looks like the folder is the actual rule book. So that's pretty cool and interesting. So you got all the game rules here, and we're going to move that aside for a second. We got all the fish tokens and fish market reference cards and your player color boats, which is cool. What's cool about this is it actually has colors for the 5 to 6 player expansion. So you would need Catan, the Seafarers expansion, the 5 to 6 player expansion for Catan, the 5 to 6 player expansion for Seafarers, and then you would need this as well to play with 5 to 6 players. So it's a lot of boxes, but yeah, I mean, it's cool that they actually have that included here in those colors. And there are a lot of bags here. I'm very surprised that there are a lot of bags. Anyway, let us take a look at the Hawaii map. Now, this is like a paper mat, it's almost like a poster. Obviously, more people are doing yard work when I decide to film, but as you can see here, it's not bad. It's not bad. So you obviously don't use the basic map of Catan. You use this, and you obviously explore Hawaii. It has the different cities here. There's different ports and stuff like that. You have your fish track here that gives you victory points and stuff like that. There's a whole fish kind of I guess what do you want to call it? A fish like route that if you have ships there, you can fish and get the tokens, and they let you do things. So if we pop one of these out, two fish lets you move the robber. 3 fish let you draw 1 resource randomly. You can also trade. 4 fish let you take a resource from the supply. 5 lets you build a road or a ship, and 7 lets you draw the top development card from the deck. So this seems pretty interesting. Okay, I like how it's got like the different locations in Hawaii on the board that are represented by that stuff. The rules don't seem complicated at all. Again, this is also for Soccer Fever as well. The rules don't seem that complicated. Of course, we have a bunch of people doing yard work on my block all of a sudden, which is great. We got all the scenario rules and stuff like that here, and nothing on the other side. It's just a plain, just white on the other side. But I mean, this looks really nice. Like, this really looks nice for a paper board. You have the actual map of Hawaii here as well. The different numbers and everything. Now you can't randomize the numbers. I mean, maybe you can. I gotta take a look at the rules, but there's all preset numbers and areas and hexes on the board already, and preset places to put roads and stuff like that. So I mean, this seems pretty interesting. But let's go to my final thoughts and see what I think. So that's my unboxing of Soccer Fever and Hawaii, the 2 new Catan scenarios that have just been released. I was honestly more hyped for Soccer Fever than I was for Hawaii. Having them in hand, that's kind of flipped. I'm more excited to get Hawaii on the table than Soccer Fever. Soccer Fever seems interesting. The whole thing with setting up the soccer pitch is, it's whatever. You don't need it to play the game, but it's still, I can appreciate what they did there. Putting it's not completely flat when you put the soccer balls into the bag and then put them in the folder. Just a little nitpick. I don't really mind it that much. I'm not storing this on a shelf where it has to be flat, but it's not as flat as I would like it to be, where I don't want the soccer balls to actually get crushed, so you'd have to unassemble them and put them back together for each game, which is a little annoying. I'd rather just keep them together. Anyway, the Hawaii scenario looks awesome, okay? So, you have this map here, which I know people were like, oh, it's a paper map. I'm like, yeah, but this is a $20, scenario for Catan. I'm not going to nitpick that it's just a paper mat. What were they going to do? Make it a $40 game and then put, I'd rather it be $20 and accessible to a lot of people that have the base game of Catan and Seafarers. So the thing is with this, you can only place settlements and cities on named locations and cities, which, makes sense. And that's how you get, you obviously get your victory points. There's also Catan shit areas that you can get victory points on. You can, you have this tracker here. I don't know if you could kind of see that. You have the little tracker here for your little canoe boat thing that gets you more victory points. You get up to 5 victory points, which is crazy. Now this, I believe, so with 3-player game, it ends at 15 points. 4-player game ends at 13. So, a 3-player game ending at 15 points is a lot, but you're still getting 5 points here. So, just from, if you get to the end of the fishing line there. But this board, I mean, this map looks really cool. I'm really excited to play the Hawaii scenario. Soccer, not so much, but I'm still excited to, get that on the table. I mean, if you know me, I love Catan. If you haven't checked out my Why I Think Catan is the best board game of all time video, you should go check that out. But overall, I think they need to do more of these. They 100% need to do more of these. Not so much like Soccer Fever, but I think they should do a lot more like Hawaii. I would love to have like a New York map, or a big New York kind of map like this with Long Island and upstate New York and the city, Manhattan, all that stuff like that. I think that would be really cool. Other states would be cool. Um, you know, they could do a lot of other things when it comes to this concept of little scenario folders for Catan, or folder scenarios for Catan. I think it's a great idea. I think they should definitely do more of these, and I think they should do more that are just for the base game of Catan, not a scenario for an expansion. I think if they do more like Soccer Fever, but a little bit different with some other things, not sport related, but other types of scenarios, I think that would be pretty interesting and cool for them to do. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these scenarios. If you want to see more videos on Catan, I will be definitely doing more, so stay tuned for those. And there's some videos on the screen as well that you can check out, and subscribe to the channel if you're new for more videos coming out in the future. And I will see you in the next one.